Welcome again, peeps, to another program. The war in Ukraine is definitely a topic for about 3 or 4 programs. There are so many breakaway points, but we're not going to get too involved in that right now. But however, it doesn't matter who's right or wrong. The atrocities being committed is just astounding, and children shouldn't be suffering like that. You know, if military powers seem to have problem with each other, then they need to go find a desert and nuke it out. You know, but bombing cities with children, killing children, pregnant mothers, there's no justification for that. So whether Ukraine or Russia or NATO, whoever is at fault or causing the war, we don't know, and we don't know the full story, because usually it's long after the war you know the full story. But my issue is that the Russians shouldn't be bombing cities with children, pregnant women, old people, you know. And this whole, it's amazing that this whole level of refugee crisis is major when this has been happening to Africans and Asians all over. But we will leave that for now. We will deal with that on another show, because like I said, there are so many breakaway points that we will have to, highlight and talk about, because it's revealing some stark indifference, but let's move on. So our budget is being presented this week, and they're clamoring for more money to be added to the minimum wage. I too is a strong proponent of such. $9,000 is really small, but give thanks, that's a 29% increase, as opposed to how long before those increases have happened. It's really a drop in the bucket, and if the government can do more, then they should. The war, of course, has no doubt affected a lot of things that the government would want to do. As we can see, gas prices flying through the roof. Now I have to be wondering which days of the week I should drive. As I said, I am not a high roller, so budgeting is really an issue that we really have to take into consideration, even just doing our basic things like driving to or from work, or to pick up children from school. It's rough times, and it's called into question Jamaica's dependence on other nations. This war is showing us once again that we are too dependent on foreign countries. Our food security bill is crazily in jeopardy right now, and that's something I've been preaching about Jamaicans. Planting Jamaicans, we need to be feeding ourselves. We have some of the best soil, we have some of the best lands in the world. Japanese are saying that. You understand? Our coffee is the greatest, our bananas, our sugar cane. Though me is not too much on the sugar thing, because even that, with sugar, we grow sugar cane. Yeah? And we are importing sugar. We are importing refined sugar. For years, we should have our own sugar industry. We don't have to depend on foreign. We reap the sugar cane, do whatever we're doing with it, send the raw materials abroad, and then we are now re-importing sugar. It's ridiculous. Are we developing? Are we really developing? Government need to really look into these things. We are too dependent on foreign stuff, and some of us, truth be told, we are so foreign-minded, and so foreign, we have a foreign tongue, that anything come from foreign is gospel. Just like the church, Jamaican church, the Christian church. We take our cue from America in most cases, and Europe, to everything from abroad is seems to be better. I remember growing up in Clarendon, where I used to use coconut oil for my hair and for my skin. So it used to be food, it used to be lotion, and it used to be hair oil. And some big conglomerates, some big industries come in and tell us, no man, no. Canola oil, corn oil, vegetable oil is the best, And what happened? The generation that used to be able to produce coconut oil stop producing it and start buying into the lies of these big, you see them on our shelves in the supermarket, some graceless people, You understand? They come in and they kill our home economics, right? And introduce foreign products because they want to make more money. You think they care about you? They are just about making money, and you see them. They and their family are getting richer and richer, and while Jamaicans are becoming more addictive to foreign goods, right? And we stop. Big respect to the lady that I get this from in St. Mary. She's continuing the tradition. Coconut oil, the best oil. Scientists are now telling you. So these conglomerates come in and they tell you that canola oil, corn oil, vegetable oil is the best oil, and kill the local industry of producing our own coconut oil. I remember when I was growing up, we used to produce our own castor oil. You understand? Yes, I used to beat mortar. Yes, that's probably giving away my age. Beat mortar and make castor oil. I still can do it. My grandmother used to make greater cake, drops, pudding and all that. I still do a lot of those stuff. You understand? And we were self-sufficient. We were self-sufficient in a sense. We weren't rich, but we were surviving. You understand? No, we're so dependent on foreign products. We're not producing anymore. The younger generation now, all they want to do is rub out them and middle and sit down and boss beg your thing. Nobody don't see farming. Well, not nobody, but most of the younger generation, they don't see farming as enticing. You understand? I keep telling people that plant what you eat, grow what you eat and eat what you grow. It's not my original slogan, but I like it. Eat what you grow. Let your food be your medicine and your medicine your food. That is the only way. I mean, I get a wake-up call. I had some health challenges which shouldn't have happened because I used to eat right, exercise, and treat my body good and eat the right things. I don't eat meat. You understand? And then I just get caught up in this globalistic agenda of keeping you poor, not being able to provide for yourself so they can tax you when you need things. You understand? They came in and they come in with all kind of foreign stuff and allow us to stop our own self-sufficiency and dependent on them. Now scientists are telling you that coconut oil is probably the best oil for you. And you know what happened? When the generational gap breakdown and people like me and younger stop producing, learning how to make coconut oil now, next to olive oil, is the most expensive oil on the shelves, right? And this was the oil they were telling us 25 years ago, that no, corn oil and vegetable oil is better. And rural Jamaica stopped producing oil for their family and themselves. And now what is happening? We're reverting back to it. Scientists are proving that coconut oil is one of the best oil for you. You understand? And now you see it in shampoos now. You see it in everything, right? And now we're going back to it. And unfortunately, the generational gap has widened that most persons under my age group don't even know where to start in making coconut oil for themselves. And they wouldn't eat it anyway because they would think of it as too much work and too time consuming. And that's how we become enslaved. That's how we become enslaved to the system all over again. So we're not developing as families. We're not developing as the mass. Only the top 10% controls all the supermarkets, all the goods and services exchanging and producing and all of that. And then what happened? The masses continue to be poorer and poorer because there's a dependency on what they bring to us, and we have to buy it for survival. And it's showing problematic. Jamaicans, Manley had said it, then Christopherton come and say it, and now it's revived again. Eat what you grow what you eat. We have to start thinking of that. Damon Crawford, to some extent, have been saying that. Sometimes I don't even take on Damon Crawford too tough because sometimes him just talk, but the truth be told, sometimes it does make sense. You understand? If he could only see himself as important and valuable to take control of his tongue. No, the PNP friend, no, please nobody come knock me now. It's the truth, and you know that. But he has been saying that, self-sufficiency is the way to go, and it is the truth. It is the truth. If we don't put ourselves in the position to ensure that our food security is our own responsibility, if we have to continue to depend on overseas, we are going to continue to be in serious problems. Renewable energy, government, I am imploring you, start finding ways, avenues and means to lower the cost of energy. People want to go solar. JPS should not have us in a bind, should not have the government tied up that people are not able to go to solar energy. It is too expensive in a lot of cases. And why is that so? Why is that so? Because other interests have their own interests, have their own agenda. Government, we need to look at renewable energy. Oil is becoming a rare commodity, and we are too dependent on oil. Jamaica have sunshine even in a storm. So we need to be finding ways to harness the natural sunlight energy and use it to the best of our ability. That's where education needs to be at. That's where we need to go. That's where we need to be for our people to become truly independent. This year we are celebrating 60 years of independence. We need to really take off that iron and put on just leave dependence, because we are still dependent on our international partners. I'm not knocking international trade, don't mistake it. We do need international trade, but we are too dependent on the international goods and services. So the independence celebration thing is a joke. Big respect also to my friends and colleagues from Veer Technical High School. We had a well-deserved hangout Ash Wednesday, so big respect to my colleagues. Some I haven't seen in over 20 years. So big respect to you guys. Nice seeing you, nice seeing all those lovely people. And we should do it again soon, you know. We need to make avenues and ways that we can link up like this. Too often we're finding ourselves going to funerals when we should really be linking up more to have a good time. I do endorse celebrating life to the fullest and enjoyment and merrymaking, yeah? So, big respect. So, my peeps, let us really get independent of these foreign entities, of these foreign goods. Start your own farming. I continue to boast about my own little garden right here in Kingston, right here in St. Andrew. You know, I don't have a lot of space, but I commandeer the space that I have and use it to the best of my ability. Jamaica, let's get back to the soil. The soil is our friend. So, big respect until next time. Leave your comment, share, like, or even dislike. Still a part of the process. Big up till next week.